You're listening to PanSmash Podcast.
There we go.
You finally got it?
Yeah.
Hooray!
I'm 60th and 5.
Yeah, so hopefully you can follow my notes. Let's see, it's 6:03. What time are we supposed to officially start?
I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. Whenever we're ready, I guess.
Dude, our producers are gonna fire us. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is PanSmash. I'm Jude Riley with Josh Sims. Or am I just saying Josh?
Good question. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Did you hear me fart while you were doing the intro?
No. Did you put it up to your butt, the phone?
No.
Well, that's what you had to do.
Well, I wasn't committed enough. Like, I wasn't sure that was something you'd want in your podcast, so I was like, maybe I'll just let this one slide.
How you doing today, Josh? It sounds like you're in a decent mood.
Yeah, I've been in a better mood later in the day, but, I'm hanging in there.
Good. I know it's too early for both of us, even though when I wake up, I can't go back to sleep. It's a bittersweet blessing and a curse. You're still in the incubation phase.
There you go.
You're still hatching into the morning bird that you one day will be, just like me. So you got a lot to look forward to.
You know, what's funny? I think you're right. I was talking to somebody about this once that said, and this is how I was too, like all the way up into their late teens and early 20s, they could survive on, maybe not early 20s, maybe just late teens, they could survive on like no sleep. And I feel like I didn't need any sleep when I was like 17, 18 years old. Like I'd go out and, well, I didn't like party with cool people, but I would just like hang out till, like 4 in the morning and then come home and wake up at, 6 or 7 whenever I had to be up for work and just be fine for the rest of the day with some coffee. And then you just hit like this wall. I think it was at like 21 where I cannot survive with less than like 9 hours of sleep a night.
Yeah, it was around the same age for me because in college, my first few semesters, every weekend I was pulling all-nighters. And then I'd go to bed at 6 in the morning and wake up in the late afternoon at some point. But I'd be fine, I'd be able to get through my classes no problem. And then around my, third year of college, no mas. I just couldn't do it anymore. I don't know why. Like you said, you just hit that wall. It's
This guy that told me that though said that you come back around. He said it's like for a few years, then when you're like 25, you get it back. So that's probably what happened to you.
Well, I'm 25, and I gotta say, dude, BS. No, I can think of something funnier than that.
You were just saying how you can wake up early, no problem, because you're in excruciating pain.
Yeah, but I don't feel good. I'm in excruciating pain.
Well,
being a morning bird is great. Ah! Diarrhea.
Survive. Oh Lord.
Sorry.
You can survive on the lack of sleep, whereas when I get like less than 8 hours of sleep, I feel like I'm gonna die throughout the entire day. For you, it's just like the first few minutes of the morning when you feel like you have diarrhea.
That's true. That is true. Though some mornings it lasts a couple hours. A couple mornings ago, I was miserable, just on my side, on the couch, all morning. Had my cup of coffee sitting there, which probably was not helping my, that's like, if you got the stomach flu from eating animal-style fries, and while you're puking your guts out in the thick of it, your mom brings you home In-N-Out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, just leave it there, Mom. Can you bring the fan and just waft it in my face? Love it.
Whoever first ordered that, they were like, hey, can I get an order of fries, but can you make it look like somebody threw up on it, please? That'd be fantastic.
Hey, you know how it started? It was a football player, big kid. He would go to In-N-Out after the weekend games, and he would get the customizable spread, or I don't know if the spread was already around then, but he'd say, hey, put this spread all over the fries, throw some grilled onions in the mix, and hey, throw it on the burger too while you're at it. And he called it animal style. And that's where it caught on because it became so popular with the high school after this, high school varsity stars started the trend. But it could have very well been, actually, that could have been the cover-up. The real story could have been the dude got home from a game, packed down way too many protein bars and protein shakes and Gatorades, and before he had a chance to eat his food, you know, and he already had a pretty tasty diet to begin with, so everything coming out was already, it just worked. It just all came together. And In-N-Out was like, hey, can we get a sample of this? And In-N-Out's just been cloning his vomit all these years. And that's the special sauce, the secret sauce.
This is not helping my morning situation.
Sorry, we'll continue. I wonder how much of this is actually going to make it into the final podcast.
What you just said will be in there.
Yeah, it probably will be. All right, let's do our news segment. Here's something neat. Liam Neeson is retiring from action films. We all remember some of his latest works. I think it was Gray, where they're stranded out with the wolves in Alaska or something like that. That was a pretty cool movie.
Don't forget Taken.
Taken, dude. All three of them, even though it started to become a cliche by the third, apparently all three of them grabbed your attention. The first one we know was great. I don't remember the second one that well, but I remember hearing good things about it.
I think you don't remember the second one because it was pretty, non-eventful. I don't know how you make 2 sequels to the first movie. I don't want to spend too much time talking about this because everybody already knows.
Well, see, I don't know. You're informing me, and there are a lot of guys out of the loop like me who are losers who don't know about Taken 2 and how awful it is.
Well, it's not that it's a bad movie. It's just why? How many times can your family get kidnapped and you have to go after the killers? How many... it's one thing if you rehash the idea in multiple franchises, but it was straight up the same freaking... I don't know if it was the same director, because I'm stupid and didn't look, but I assume it was, the same director for all of the movies that was just let's do it again.
Maybe.
Why not?
If it's marketable, that's the trend these days,
I know, that just it just bothers me. Whatever. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. But, I mean, even Liam Neeson's telling casting directors, this is his quote, "I'm 60 effing 5. People are eventually going to start saying, come on." And it's true. Look at Sylvester Stallone. He came out with Creed. He came out with the new Rocky. He did the Expendables. And we can just include everyone from the Expendables in this, too. Because they did 3 Expendables movies? Or 2. They at least did 2.
I'm pretty sure they did 3.
Yeah, Jason Statham from The Transporter in there. You had Chuck Norris, but...
It's Statham.
Statham? Sorry, not Statham. Statham. Thank you, asshole. Okay, but anyways, Chuck Norris is in the film. I don't know if he's in the sequels, but in the first film, he appears as a Lone Ranger. I think they even call him the Lone Wolf. And guess what? Not only is there not the slightest bit of action with Chuck Norris in this scene, but Chuck Norris gets to tell his own Chuck Norris joke. And son of a gun, it is gold.
Freaking nails it.
Spoiler alert, we are going to tell the joke though. So if you have not seen the first Expendables and you want to witness this moment raw for yourself, stop listening.
I would definitely recommend doing that, watching the movie for that. Just that scene alone. Definitely worth it. Yeah.
Anyways, they run the Expendables. Jason Statham, my bad, Josh. Sylvester Stallone and the rest of the crew. Bruce Lee's son or whoever that guy is in there, Jet Li. They run into Chuck Norris, the Lone Wolf, I think he's called in the movie. They run into him into this abandoned ghost town that they just had a huge firefight in. The Expendables come out on top, untouched. And so they're like, whoa, the Lone Wolf is still alive. Apparently he was bitten by a poisonous snake a while back, and they had all heard about it, but never knew what happened to him. So they ask, hey, how'd you survive that snake bite? And Josh, you give him the gist of what happens.
Oh, they just asked him how he survived the snake bite. And he's like, well, after 3 hours of excruciating pain, the snake finally died.
And the audience, not only did he receive a standing ovation in the showing I was watching, I cried. My buddy next to me was crying. We hugged at one point.
And everybody was like, oh, yes! Chuck Norris, oh yeah, he's so great. And they stood up and clapped and soiled their pants, and it was a good old time. I just think it's funny that they didn't even bother to make up their own Chuck Norris joke. They just pulled one off of like chucknorris.com, one that everyone had already heard.
That was already a joke?
Yeah.
I got bamboozled. See, I did not know that.
Well, I mean, that and also, like, how do you hear that somebody got bit by a snake, but then you don't, like, hear what happens to them afterwards?
Well, Chuck Norris probably had, like, a really powerful Chuck Norris whisper that reached across the world to one of his expendable buddies. But because they're not as awesome as Chuck Norris, they could not come to his aid in time. That's how I would explain it, right?
Maybe.
I mean, dude,
like...
when Chuck dives into a swimming pool, Chuck Norris doesn't get wet, the water gets Chuck Norris. I'm pretty sure what my explanation is plausible, you know?
Yeah, no, you're right, it's plausible, but with
we're
Chuck
talking
Norris,
about
things are
the
plausible.
God of the universe. My Lord and Savior. No, just kidding. That's a little too far. You're just a little underneath that, Chuck, all right?
I don't know, I was thinking maybe he, like, got bit and called his buddy. Like, hey, man, I just got bit by a snake. I'll keep you updated. And then his buddy's like, all right, cool. And then he hangs up, goes back to doing whatever he's doing, probably, like, playing video games or something. I was like, shoot, I guess I'm not going to follow up on this. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I'll tell everybody. So he tells all the Expendables that he got bit by a snake. And they're like, well, dude, what happened? He's like, I don't know. I haven't talked to him. And they're like, okay. And that's just that.
The story spreads like wildfire. Like Sylvester Stallone, let's just say he's the one that got the call. He's getting like book deals. He's getting like, you know, TV interviews. Oh my goodness, your poor friend is lost out there. You must be so heartbroken. Yeah, it's really tough for me, you know. After Rocky, it's really... I miss my friend, my body, you know. Adrian!
I didn't know you could do that. That just made me so happy.
I think Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger are the two guys that almost anyone can do, just like first try.
That's true.
Get to the chopper! Okay, that wasn't very good, but...
maybe almost anyone.
But hey, that was at least like a 70%. That's like a C minus. That's passing, you know?
I'll give you a D.
D for damn it. This episode was brought to you by the letter D, damn it. That's right. Damn it all.
Also, ass.
Yeah. But anyways, let's talk about Nicolas Cage. He's going to be
please. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Things are going to get juicy now. If you thought we were lame and uninteresting before, now we are spicing things up because he's going to be in a new horror film called, get this, Mom and Dad. Holy moly! My poop just done slipped right out of my cheeks.
That's disgusting.
So is Nicolas Cage.
Ooh, got him.
But here's the thing. I liked National Treasure, all right? I'll give him that much. That was actually really well done. The sequel sucked, but the first one I was very impressed. So, you know, the Toronto Film Festival has been going on or did go on last week.
Of course.
Everyone's really raving about this movie. Apparently the concept keeps Nicolas Cage really fresh. And so the gist of the movie, Nicolas Cage and his wife have a few kids, and him and his wife get infected with this disease that causes you to subconsciously want to murder your children. And people are saying that's what's going to save this movie from Nicolas Cage.
Wow! No, I think that actually sounds really interesting, but you don't have to, like, sell me on a Nicolas Cage movie. Like, I actually kind of like Nicolas Cage, to be honest.
Oh, wow. This is perfect. Okay. Because we all know the cliche. Everyone hates Nicolas Cage. He has the annoying face, the annoying voice, noise. I don't even know if you can call it a voice. Sound, you know?
Like a...
Reverberations.
Like a deeper Owen Wilson.
Wow, that may not be wow. You might be onto something there.
Nicolas Cage.
But so they're saying it's the best film that he's done in the last 10 years. And I looked this up. The movie he did exactly 10 years ago is the first Ghost Rider movie.
Also, National Treasure was 10 years ago.
Really? Was it? The first one?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, no, not the first one.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. What is this? Book of Secrets. I think this was the second one.
Okay, this is a film within the past 10 years that I want to check out from Nicolas Cage. Just because of the title. Let me find it here. We're looking in the 10-year range. So, okay, after Ghost Rider, we have... He was in Astro Boy. That's got to be a disaster. Oh, he was in Kick-Ass. I can see that being decent for him. The Sorcerer's Apprentice was awful. I thought that was totally a waste of my $20. Gosh, $20 to see that. I'm still losing sleep over that.
I can't believe they're saying it's better than The Croods.
What's better than The Croods? He was in The Croods? He was in The Croods.
Yeah, he was the dad in The Croods.
My gosh, I loved The Croods. Nicolas Cage, you've just won so many respect points for me. And those aren't worth very much. Okay, well, shoot. Now I'm going to have a whole new appreciation for that movie. But this is the movie I want to see. Pay the Ghost. What the hell? It came out in 2015. Pay the Ghost. What could that mean?
I don't know. Is there a synopsis?
Without reading the synopsis, Pay the Ghost. Just going purely off the title. These titles should be able to sell the movie themselves. All right? Pay the Ghost.
I would imagine either the ghost is the code name for some sort of hitman, or he's delivering your pizza and he's an actual ghost.
So the Ghost Rider, maybe it's a spinoff. The Ghost Rider needs a part-time job. He's getting low on funds. Taxpayers' dollars aren't coming in like they used to.
I didn't realize it was a government-funded program.
Oh, yeah, all these superhero things need to be. It's got to come from somewhere. Superheroes got to eat. And sometimes they're getting their nutrients from other solar systems, other galaxies. Multiverses, that's expensive.
Actually, no, I think they are government funded, but they started in the private sector.
Yeah. Well, did they end up? I think they split, right? Well, who cares? Who cares? That's not what we're talking about.
14 Avengers movies that I only saw like half of each one. So.
Yeah. Until the Ghost Rider is a part of the Avengers, F those guys.
Seriously.
Dummies. And I use F instead of the actual F word because I'm not using the F word. Literally, you guys fill in the blank. What do you want the effing to be?
French toast.
It's 2 words.
Damn it. File cabinet. Dang it.
Firefly. Hey, at least you got the 2 Fs. Yeah.
That's one word. You got it.
Ooh, damn it. I can't even get it right when I get it right. Oh gosh. I'm too
supposed to get it wrong.
I'm too witty for my own good. Okay, so Pay the Ghost. It could also be maybe the Ghost Rider gets lonely and he does ride a motorcycle, probably hangs around with a bad crowd.
What are you trying to say about motorcycles?
He sells drugs. That's what I'm saying. He sells drugs, right? It's a lot of cocaine. He can't do it himself, so he just makes a ton of profit, Whenever he tries to snort it, he just catches on fire, and then it just all melts and burns up within him before he can absorb it. That's got to be terrible for his innards.
Yeah.
He's got to have some good smelling gizzards after a gig like this. How does he have a brain? How do we not have some Wizard of Oz scarecrow action going on here?
Dude, 2017 Super Wizard of Oz with Ghost Rider as the scarecrow. If he only had a brain.
Dude, Iron Man, if only Robert...
The Tin Man.
If only he had a heart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, this is gold. Wait, who's the lion? Thor? Just kidding. That
No, I'm trying to
guy's
think.
so strong. He has so much courage. Sorry, I
Yeah, he
didn't
needs
know.
courage. That's the thing. It's got to be somebody who needs courage.
Spider-Man.
Wow, why
The
was
new
I
one.
thinking that too? Even though that has nothing to do with anything.
Well, a lion, a spider. It works. An animal for an animal.
Yeah, those are the same animal.
Hey, they both should be scary, yet both characters are both of them are scared.
I feel like Nicolas Cage should just be. It should just be Nicolas Cage
He should
himself,
just be
not a
every.
superhero or anything.
You find out he's schizophrenic and he's also the Oz. Like he's just everybody. He's the witch. He's the house that falls. He's the twister. He's just like spinning around in circles in his aunt and uncle's farm in his like 40s. He just never grew up.
Dude, they need to remake Wizard of Oz with Nicolas Cage as every character.
I'm the Ghost Rider. All right, I'm Nicolas Cage. Not find the treasure, damn it.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Oh my gosh, that was perfect. Oh man. Oh shoot, what was that really good movie he did not long ago?
There was one about some.
Just kidding, there was no good movie. Thanks guys for cueing me on the drum.
No, there was a really good movie that I saw where he was this like diamond thief, like he and this other guy, and he had a mustache.
Wow, that's good acting. Grew a whole mustache for the role, for the part.
Takes a lot to have a mustache in a movie.
Especially with a goofy face like Nicolas Cage's.
Yeah, it was kind of off-putting. I'd never seen Nicolas Cage with facial hair before, and then here he is with
I've
this
seen him with a
mustache.
goatee, and it was gray, but you know what? It wasn't bad. He had like that kind of orange tint going on with his. He had like a longer hairstyle going on. You know, with long hair, he's not bad. He should have gone for like the hippie stoner role, and just did a bunch of movies like that. You could still do some awesome method acting with characters like that. Hey, Nicholas, man, if you're listening, I'm ready to replace your agent, man. We can do some big things, all right? You thought Ghost Rider was huge? Dude, we'll make you Superman. We'll get rid of this other guy they have because people are having issues with him. Nobody likes the new Superman. He's kind of a dick. Excuse me for using my D word. Brought to you by the letter D. Should we move on, or is there more we can talk about?
I don't know. I think I'm caged out.
I'm caged out, dude. I gotta see Nicolas Cage in Rage. I'll cue a drum right there. What? Oh, this is the movie. Sorry, this is the movie. I remembered it now. Next.
Oh, that's on Netflix, dude.
Oh, so I gotta check that out. We'll see. And that's another movie where it sounds like the concept would make up for Nicolas Cage being in the movie. Just like National Treasure, the concept made up for him being in that movie. And actually, I enjoyed him for that movie. Because he is kind of boring. You'd imagine a historian and a mason.
Yeah,
They're kind of boring people, you know?
That's kind of what I like about him, though, is he's a believable character. In almost, well, I haven't seen every movie that he's in, but in almost every movie with him that I've seen, I'm like, yeah, that's about what that guy would be like. Just kind of, like, annoying enough to piss you off a little bit, but you still, like, not annoying enough to drive you away, like an annoying friend that you just can't stop hanging out with, you know?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Kudos. At the end of this, I have to give him kudos because he figured out how to work around his weaknesses. Obviously, he knows we think all these things about him, and look at him. He's still rocking it.
Yeah.
Damn it. How did he do that?
Props to you, Cage.
Yeah, good job, man. We'll have some applause going on. Yeah, it's probably going on right now as I'm saying this, I hope.
He's still in movies, so it's not like, I mean,
Dude.
if everybody legitimately thought he was a bad actor, like, he wouldn't get cast in anything, but he's in, like, a ton of movies.
He has, after Mom and Dad, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 movies in production.
That's nuts.
And he's getting paid probably millions for each of those, whether they do well or not.
He probably does them for free.
Yeah, at this point, he's just some genuine guy who's just seriously passionate about making films for us. Oh, wow. I'd really feel like a jerk at that point. I'm a monster!
Listen, guys, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for you.
I'm doing it for the National Treasure.
Yes, he's leaving us a series of hints so that we can find the treasure that he's buried. Every movie is a clue.
We gotta get all that! Was that a little too crazy of a freak out?
Yeah, you kind of scared me.
Dude, it's the national treasure, though. Did you see all that Aztec gold?
Yeah, and the Illuminati coins.
F the Illuminati. F them. But this episode's brought to you by the letter D. I don't want to get things confused. Let's move on to the next story. Peter Pan. Do you remember the movie Peter Pan by Disney?
Yes.
Came out around World War II, I believe, or right after, maybe. Are you familiar with the Church of Satan?
Wait a minute. The movie came out right after World War II?
It's an old movie, dude. It came out, if not early 50s, late 50s. Maybe even earlier than that. It is an old movie. Very old.
I didn't even know they could animate things back
Yeah,
then.
you had Snow White, then you had Cinderella, and then you had Peter Pan. It's something in like that order. Then like Alice in Wonderland came somewhere around there.
So
and then
that movie wasn't even like far off from the time period it was set in.
No, the reason why, the war's happening, even in the sequel, is because it's all taking around that time period. It really hit home with a lot of people.
Holy
watching
cow.
that. So Peter Pan was really an escape for children mentally during that time.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't it?
I thought it was
Disney,
like 20 years later.
Disney is always on the forefront with these things. Look, I mean, I won't get into some of the stuff they're tackling now because it's very trigger happy today.
Lesbianism with Frozen. So
Yeah,
they got that covered. They've got well, that's pretty much it actually.
Yeah, that's kind of that's the hot issue I wasn't going to cover. But yeah, but that's the thing is they're always tackling hot issues, which I'm not ragging on them for that. I think that's good. Whether I disagree with the agenda or not, I think that's a good thing. But Peter Pan, I got to put a funny little twist on this. So my son loves this movie. Oh, sorry. Are you familiar with the Church of Satan and Satanism?
Of course.
So Pan, the half man, half goat, a very popular satanic entity here in America, and I'm assuming the rest of the world. We've all seen him. We've all seen the pictures. Pan, he has his little flute. What? He has his little flute. Say that again? He has his little flute, Wait, like Peter Pan? Yeah. You mean like it's got the multiple little reeds? Yeah.
It's called
okay.
Pan flute.
So, okay, here, let me connect the dots. My point is, I think Peter Pan is Pan. Just allegorized. So here we go. Pan is a half goat, half man, flute-playing womanizer who is obsessed with youthfulness. Sounds a lot like Peter Pan, right? All the mermaids are obsessed with him, and he eats it up. You got Tiger Lily smooching him because, he just swoops in and saves the day. Damn it, dude.
Not to mention the mermaids.
Hey, Peter Pan, it's not fair, dude. If I can fly, shoot. If all men could fly, Pan would be nothing, dude. All he has going for him is that he can fly. He's not even that great of a flute player. He just plays the same little tune every time. Doo-doo-doo! That's all he can do. Okay, I guess every now and again he goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. But you don't actually see him doing that. So Pan, this is how Peter Pan makes his move. Peter Pan comes looking for a dark, lurking figure that he claims is his shadow. Maybe it's Pan's, awkward cousin, scopes out the area a couple nights before Pan comes in and does this thing. Right? He takes kids away from their loving parents after they've had a really mean disagreement or misunderstanding. So kids are ready to run away. Emotions are high. He teaches you how to fly. Okay? What kid doesn't want to fly? That's just incredible.
Is just like trying to get you into heroin
Yeah.
before kidnapping you.
Oh my gosh, the analogies are just too real, man.
Oh, you need some fairy dust?
Oh my gosh.
Fairy dust to fly. Here, just shove it up your nose.
Yeah, it's for all kids, all sizes and ages. What, he's 4? Yeah, sprinkle it on him too. Yeah, he won't mind.
Here's some for the teddy bear.
Yeah. Why don't you just how about you stuff some Tinkerbell in your teddy bear there, huh? We got to get through airport security at one point. And, just makes things a little easier. No, of course it's not illegal. Anyways, in Neverland, all you do is play, eat, sleep, and dream. You never grow up. But here's the thing. When Wendy somehow manages to perform her own exorcism, and she somehow convinces Peter Pan to bring her back home, she winds up by the windowsill. So something actually happened. It wasn't just a dream. But the other two children are still in bed as if nothing had ever happened. Was she hallucinating? The whole movie, I mean, the hallucination is just a little too fleshed out for me to think it's a hallucination. Was she sleepwalking and dreaming? Now, yeah, that's possible, because a dream could be fully fleshed out like that, but that would be almost as creepy as a real Pan encounter, I would think, right?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't a hallucination. Peter Pan is real, you dummy.
Well, our audience doesn't know that yet. We got to lay out the foundation first.
Oh.
But anyways, we're about to prove to you guys that Pan is real, and it is actually Peter Pan. It's a fake ID card. He got it from some guy in Arizona.
They need to remake Peter Pan, but for grown-ups, and it's a horror movie. It's about, like, a guy that comes and takes your children away at night.
And they got to cast Nicolas Cage as Peter Pan.
I was just going to say that, yes. Nicolas Cage as Peter Pan.
I'm looking for my shadow. Hey, I could teach you to be a real wizard. You want to be a sorcerer's apprentice? Hey kid, you want to get high? I mean fly? Oh man. I think it's safe to say she could have been having some sort of out-of-body experience with the real master of disaster, Pan. I mean, Peter Pan. Fake ID from Arizona, just remember. Do you think we've creeped our audience out enough?
Yeah.
Probably went a little too harsh there. Okay. All right, guys, let's do... Wait, we got to do a weather break real quick before we move on to the next subject. Let's do weather, okay? Are you doing the weather report, or am I reading it off today? I forgot who's doing it.
I had no knowledge of it. I can do it. I'll just pull up my weather app.
Oh, that's right. We're a pretend podcast station. That's right. We don't actually plan things. Okay. So let me do the weather real quick, I guess. Who's our sponsor again?
Nicolas Cage.
What?
But do it as Nicolas Cage.
Do it as Nicolas. Oh, shoot. Okay. This is your weather brought to you by Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. If you want a good actor in your movie, call someone else first, but then call Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage. So, in Los Angeles... Darn it. So, in Los Angeles, we're looking at a high of 75 degrees. It's going to be pretty good weather for hunting that national treasure. In Costa Mesa and Orange County, you're looking at a high of 78. I just don't even really care right now. I just have so much money. I'm so glad I never stuck with my college sweetheart. She would have just dragged me down. I wish I could think of a funny, pissed off line that's just everyone knows.
Well, Nicolas Cage doesn't really have any memorable lines.
Ah, touche. Problem solved. Thanks, Josh. That's why I hired you. He's here to save my butt when I don't have anything good to say. All right, your turn. San Diego. Do San Diego and Nicolas Cage.
I'm trying to understand my weather app right now.
Switch it from Spanish to English.
Oh, there we go. I had it in Korean.
You know you've told a good joke when you make yourself bust up.
Okay, guys, in San Diego... God, I'm just doing that, like, weird... Hold on, I can do it.
Okay, I believe in you.
National treasure.
Yeah, that
the
sounded
national
great.
treasure. I can only think of, like, one phrase in his voice, and it's not even anything he's ever said.
It keeps re-saying that phrase just to remind yourself of the voice.
Come on, guys, we gotta go get the national treasure. Okay, guys, in San Diego, we've got a temperature, a high of... Wow, really? 66 degrees is the high? This can't be right. Looks like we've got a high of 75 degrees and a real field temperature of 69. You know what that means, people.
Nicolas Cage with a zinger.
5 miles per hour ESE. The ceiling is 16,800 feet.
Wow, you're really getting specific with this report, Nicholas.
I don't even know what all this stuff is. I just want to know that it's not telling me any actual weather.
Wow.
Why do they have to make weather so complicated? I'm
Seriously.
Nicolas Cage, goddammit. We got a low UV index, so don't worry about putting on your sunscreen just yet.
That's you do a brilliant Nicolas Cage.
I don't feel that way, but I'm glad that you think so.
Yeah. I feel that way.
I wish I could do Liam Neeson.
What's up?
I wish I could do Liam Neeson.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. We'll practice him for next time.
What was his quote? What did he say?
I have a daughter. I'm Qui-Gon Jinn. I have midichlorians. Would you like to see them?
No.
I don't know who you are, but I will find you, and I will kill you. That was a little bit Johnny Depp. That was my bad.
Oh yeah, what
accent does he have? It's not even an accent.
No, he's just strung out the whole time.
Is he gonna go smoke some weed, John?
Orlando Bloom is dressed as Legolas. And how do we do Orlando Bloom? Hello, I'm Orlando Bloom.
I was trying to think. I couldn't think of him saying anything because I was imagining him as Legolas, and he's just like a silent.
Yeah, I know. And he always had like that weird breathy noise.
Yes, yeah, that was
I will strike you before your axe fell on his head. Or I don't know what he says. But because he never says anything, so we can't remember. The only thing I remember Legolas saying is do a cool stunt onto the horse when Gimli's going by. Or slide down on the shield and shoot Uruk-hai with 2 arrows simultaneously. Those are the only things I remember him saying.
Those weren't words. He didn't say those.
Exactly. Come on, give Legolas some dialogue.
And my bow.
And my bow. That's probably his most profound line.
Yeah. Yeah! Yeah! Orlando, yeah! And my bow, yes!
They're taking the hobbits to Isengard!
Oh, yeah!
Oh, gosh, no. I cannot start memeing up with that one. It will never leave my head. Gandalf?
Ganji? Ganja?
Let's try and do them right now before the show ends. I am Ian McKellen.
The word is never lit.
Oh, wow, that was good. Keep going.
Flame of Odin, you shall not pass.
Oh, wow, that was sounding really good. And then it just sucked at the end. Here, I can do the bell rock.
You shall not pass.
Gandalf! No!
But why does Frodo always look like he's taking like a really painful shit in every scene? Remember the scene where they're in the dwarf cave or whatever, and then he gets stabbed by the troll, and then it's just like 20 minutes of him sitting there like.
Yeah. And Peter Jackson always did that weird like 10 frames per second slow-mo that looked all choppy. What was up with that, dude? That looked so BBC tacky.
You got the slow-mo guys to sit in on.
It's those New Zealanders. I'm telling you, everyone except America does that in their films. Like, we're the only ones that have enough sense to know, no, if you do a slow-mo scene, shoot at a higher frame rate, damn it. You know? Everyone else is just like, oh, shoot, we forgot to shoot in 60 frames per second. We only got 23.9. Just slow it down to 10. Yeah, it looks like a stupid BBC, PBS commentary. Yeah, we just put it in there. Yeah, this is what Peter Jackson sounds like, you know. He's Americanized now. I'd assume so.
That's an amazing Peter Jackson voice.
Yeah, I know. That's what I should have just gone to that before everyone else.
Yeah.
Would have saved myself a lot of stupid points. Hey, you got some stupid points there. Woohoo! I love you, God! All right, that was a great show. Thanks, Josh, for doing this with me. I don't know why I'm thanking you. It's your job. It's my job, too. So, thanks for listening, guys. Until next time, this is Jude Riley.
And Josh.
Tuning out.
I messed it up.
No, you did it perfectly. It sounds perfectly in the final edit.
Sorry, Jude.
It's going to sound perfect in the final edit. Stop it. You're blowing our cover. They're going to know it's pre-recorded if you start apologizing for messing up and they don't hear it.
Let's just do it again.
No, stop, because they're going to hear this one. They'll hear us do it again if we do it again. Just, it's okay. Just don't freak out. Don't panic. We got great material, okay?
Okay.
We've been recording for like over an hour. Damn it. I have a lot of editing to do.
Okay, good luck with that.
All right. If you like what you heard today on PanSmash the podcast, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, hit us up on Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening to PanSmash, guys. Adios.